let me ask you this question because I've seen this pop up a few times in the chat. It's for
What
people in the
up?
concern in the chat that you just bought it, online without flying out to the market to take a look at it. Like, what drove you to do such a ballsy move like that?
Nah, man, that's a good question. That's normally I wouldn't do something like that. You know what I mean? But um, here's the thing, man. Like, I'm a halfway intelligent cat, but at the same time, I ain't no damn mechanic. So if I did fly out there, what am I gonna look at? You know what I'm saying? Um, I'm just keeping it 100 with you. You know what I mean? Like, again, like I'm an engineer. You know what I mean? So I ain't no dummy, but I'm not a mechanic. I'm damn sure not a diesel mechanic. You know what I mean? So if I did fly out there, test drove it the whole nine, what am I gonna find? You know what I mean? Just what am I gonna find?
So,
So
so the
I
company
was
said they'll go out there Monday, right? Or
yeah, and
Tuesday or
then
something
like
like that.
also, and then enterprise, they give you that 30-day, 3,000 mile. You know what I mean? So um and then that's the thing too, like when
You
I
gonna
go
burn.
out
You gonna
to
burn half. You gonna burn half of the miles driving it back home.
oh yeah. I'm just saying, but when I get out there, like I don't have to buy. Like we still got paperwork to fill out, and they still got to grab the dough. You know what I mean? Like I still would have to pay them. So like he sent me a thing breaking down like at certain points, like if I back out of the deal, like
Yeah.
how I get my you know the different levels of how what types of money you get back and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So I could still get out of it if need be. And like
If
I
you
said,
back out of
like
the deal, different levels of money you get back. What you mean?
yeah,
They don't
like
give you all your bread back?
at certain points, once you hit certain points, nah, they don't. You know what I
Oh
mean?
man.
So,
Hey man, you need to
but
see. I don't know. See, I ain't ballsy like that. You know what I'm
right,
saying? I ain't like I don't. I gotta see it.
I
I
feel
gotta
you.
see it. I gotta see it. You know what I'm saying? So,
I mean, honestly, man, like I could jet down there tomorrow and be back tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? And go check it out. I mean, I know it's Sunday. You know what I mean? But no, tomorrow's Saturday. Tomorrow's
tomorrow
Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah, but I mean, or even Monday. You know what I mean? Like I said, I would fly for free, so it ain't a big deal. But um, I'm gonna have the company y'all suggest to check it out. You know what I'm saying? And if they get the approval, bet. And if they say nah, don't mess with this, then I'm out of $1,500. I don't have $1,500 to blow. I ain't trying to say that. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm out of 1,500, I'm out of 1,500, and I go look for another one. You know what I mean? It'll be better than
Yeah,
buying the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? So
but you don't want to keep spending. And I'm not telling you how to buy. You know what I'm saying? I'm
nah,
just just listening to you and just assessing the situation. And $1,500. I know you saying you just $1,500 is $1,500 though.
$1,500, $1,500. You know what I mean?
That look like about that's covering some of that mortgage on that house you in. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
That could go towards that mortgage. It can go 15, like a hundred, $200. That's $200. That $1,500 is still $1,500. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, no question, no question.
So
I don't got.
so so you don't want to do that too many times. You see
No,
what
I
I'm
feel you.
saying?
No,
So
I'm listening to you, brother, for real. And I understand you don't like the way I did it, and normally,
I
like I
think it's
wouldn't do
I
that.
think it's too gutsy on. See, what you got to understand is you're buying a used truck after a pandemic.
Uh huh.
All right, so this is now. I'm not trying to scare you, and I'm not trying to deter you. I'm just
No, I
giving
want to
you the
hear it.
honest to God truth. You're
That's why
buying
I
a
messed with
truck. You're buying a truck after a pandemic.
you. Uh huh.
So it's you don't know who had it. It's a 2018. You don't know what it went through
It's 2020.
2020 to 2022 in a period for 2 years with no rental branch had any trucks at all. So this was a truck that during the pandemic was somewhere working. All right. Another issue that happened during the pandemic was a lot of people that were renting trucks that had gotten into the box truck space, that were running. When these trucks were getting to the 10,000 mile mark, 7,500, 10,000 mile mark, they weren't bringing the trucks in for the PMs. That was another issue that was going on during the pandemic, which is another reason why a lot of these rental truck companies got stricter too. That was another reason they got stricter. These guys were
Right.
running Amazon Relay, they running OTR, and when they hit that 10,000 mile mark, and these companies were calling them, "Hey, we need this truck to come in for a PM." They weren't bringing it in. Why weren't they bringing it in? Because that was taking time away from whatever it was they was doing to make money.
Okay.
So there was a lot of trucks during that time period that was on the lam for that reason, to the point where the rental truck company stopped taking payments and was reporting the truck stolen, because the trucks was running miles and miles and miles over the PM. So, and I'm not telling you this to deter you, I just know a little bit more because I studied the industry and I've been in the industry. So, there's a lot of things that you got to factor in buying a truck, a used truck in 2023, that you wouldn't have had to factor in buying a truck pre-pandemic. Yeah, you think about the wear and tear of a rental truck. People dog rental trucks out.
Right.
But that dogging out was amplified during those 2 years.
Okay.
Because you got to remember, didn't nobody have a truck? This is 2018, right? This is 2018. So it was in their fleet during those 2 years.
That's the 2020.
Okay, same thing. 2020. So it was in their fleet them 2 years. The point I'm trying to make, it was in their fleet.
Right.
All right. So for 2 years, that truck was doing a lot of volume.
No doubt.
It was being worked aggressively, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we don't know if that truck belonged to somebody who wasn't, maintaining it, probably bringing it back when it was supposed to be brought back.
I see what
And
you
you had
saying.
a lot of trucks that were on the lam that were stolen because the market has shifted and the people who were renting, they just didn't have the money. Their cars were getting hit. The companies were calling them to come bring the trucks back, and they weren't bringing them back. They were running the truck on the lam. So, trucks were more abused during the pandemic than they would normally be pre-pandemic. That makes any sense.
Okay. I'm with you.
So, you have to be very careful when you're buying a truck post-pandemic that ran during the pandemic.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? I'm not trying to scare you. I'm not, if you want to buy the truck, that's on you. I always give people the information. I say, man, look, the decision is up to you. I'm not gonna make a decision for you. But these are, there's a lot of different parameters. A lot of different variables, I should say, that you need to look at buying a truck post-pandemic than you would prior to the pandemic. So,
no, that's why I mess with you, man. I mean, you give it raw and uncut. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, there's a reason I'm on here listening to you at midnight my time. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah. Somebody said that sounds pretty deterring to me. I'm not trying to deter them. I'm just being honest with them. You know what I'm saying? So, if you want to go buy the truck, go buy the truck. Shit, I'm not gonna be the one to stop them. So it is what it is. But the point that I'm trying to get into him is to go look at the bad boy. Right. Me personally, I wouldn't buy nothing blind. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna buy nothing blind. I'm in a market where there's a plethora of trucks. Now, some people might not like it because the trucks here got rust under the bottom, but shit, my trucks got rust under the bottom because I'm here. You know what I'm saying? So, but at the end of the day, every single truck that I've ever purchased, I went with a mechanic. Okay. And I've entrusted the advice of of the mechanic. I haven't bought anything blind. The only thing I bought without test driving it was the 2 new trucks I bought. You know what I'm saying? So I
Yeah.
buy new trucks like that, or new cars. When I buy new cars, that's how I don't go to the dealership.
Right.
I go on the website. But
Yeah.
you know, used vehicles, you know, you spend the day with them. Like I was spending the day when I was building my fleet. I was spending the day. Like going to the dealership, it was a day. It was a day. We was driving that truck all day. We was going to lunch. We would stop and eat lunch, sit down at lunch, talk about it with the mechanic. What you think? You want when we get back there? You want to go see what test drive another one? What you think about this? We was finding the strip of land. We was gunning it, hitting the brake. We'd get out in the middle of the wherever we was at. He'd crawl up under there, and hit it again, and stop it. You heard that? Get out, crawl up under. Like this is like going to buy a used truck is serious business. Like this is an all day event. You know, so I don't, you know, buying it blind because a lot of people are saying that. I wasn't gonna say nothing, but since everybody's saying something in the comment, I'm just bringing what they saying in the comment. Now I'm adding my 2 cents. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt. Well, what I can, like I said, I'm supposed to touch base with that company Monday, so I could tell them, let's do it on Tuesday, and I can just fly down there. You know what I'm saying?
I would, if I were you, I would want to be there. So
no, that makes sense. Everything makes sense, man. Matter of fact, I might just go ahead and just book the flight for Tuesday. You know what I mean? And when I talk to them on Monday, just let them know, man, I'll be there Tuesday. I could fly in the morning, fly out that afternoon. So, you right, man. And I've never done this before as far as buying a vehicle. I've never driven. You know what I'm saying? But I was just trying to put all those different elements into play and was like, man, you know, it's coming from them. I wasn't even looking at the pandemic where the maintenance might have not been getting done. I was looking at it opposite, like, hey man, this is a fleet truck. They're doing the maintenance on. You know what I mean? That was my line of thinking.
It is a fleet truck, but during the pandemic, a lot of those owner operators wasn't taking the trucks back to get them serviced. That was a whole thing going like last year before last.
That's
the rental truck companies was calling these guys to bring the truck back, and they weren't bringing them back. You know, some of the rental see what a lot of people don't understand is how the rental truck business works is, well, why can't I just take it to, I'm running OTR, I rented the truck. So you had people that were, let's say, lived in Atlanta, but there were no trucks in Atlanta, and then they found a truck that was in California. So they wanted to get into the box truck business. They found a truck in California. They had to fly across country. A lot of people was flying across country to get their truck. So when it came time to get those miles, they had to bring the truck back to the market they rented it from. And see, they didn't understand how that worked. But by me once being a dealer, a U-Haul dealer, you know what I'm saying? Because I rented U-Haul trucks from my warehouse for just extra revenue. Penske kind of operates like U-Haul. U-Haul is national, right? But each state is its own entity. So you got, if you can look it up, you got U-Haul of Illinois, LLC, U-Haul of Indiana, LLC, U-Haul of Michigan, LLC. All right, so it's broken up into different marketing companies. And then within those states, you have smaller faction marketing companies. You got marketing company 757, marketing company 759, marketing company 758. And each marketing company within the state, right, has their own budget. Right? They maintenance, you know, they service, they repair their own trucks. You have some trucks that are local trucks, right? And then you got some trucks that are one-way trucks. The local trucks belong to whatever marketing company that is within that state. Because if it's like, say, U-Haul or Penske of Illinois, those trucks in that market, the budget for those trucks in that market come from that marketing company. So if you were renting a truck in the pandemic and you lived in Atlanta and you're calling all over the country because you saw so-and-so goofball box truck guru say, get into the box truck business. You're gonna make a gazillion, gazillions, billion dollars. All right.
Right.
And you, man, I just got this PPP. And then you get to looking for your box truck. You can't find one. And then you find like everybody trying to get to the box truck. I can't find one. So now you calling. Now you done made it up to Illinois. You live in Atlanta. Yeah, we got one for you. It's gonna be $2,200 a week. You don't know no better. Man, people was paying $2,500 a week. It's gonna be $2,200 a week. Blah, blah, skippy. When can you come up here and get it? All right. You go through the process, you come up there and get it. You drive the 700-800 miles back down to Atlanta.
Right.
Now, when it get time for that maintenance to do up, they call you. What's up, man? How you doing? How's the truck? Yeah, it's going good, man. I'm making good money. All right, man. We need it. Where you think you can bring it in, man? Let's do it for PM. Oh, okay. Well, when I got to take it in? It's a Penske in Smyrna or in Athens, right, Georgia. Nah, man, that truck got to come up here. You can't take it to the Penske down there, or you can't take it to the rider down there. Well, why not? Ain't y'all all rider? Well, we all rider, but we different. We all the same, but we different, because that truck belongs to that market, because that may be a local truck that they rented on a local contract rental, which means the budget for the maintenance from that truck is coming from that market up in Illinois and not in Georgia. Now, a one-way truck, see, it's the difference. You got local trucks and then you got one-way trucks. The one-way trucks are more company-wide, corporate, all right? And then those trucks go one way. So for instance, if you go to U-Haul and you're doing a local move, they're going to rent you a truck. If you go to U-Haul and you're moving from Michigan to Denver, what you don't know from being a consumer, because you don't know the inner workings of the rental truck business, is the truck that they're putting you in to move from Michigan to Denver is a one-way truck. That truck is provided and sent out into the fleet by U-Haul of America, Phoenix, Arizona, as a one-way truck. Meaning this truck can go one way across country and do one-way moves. If there's not a one-way reservation on this truck and you're out of trucks and someone comes in to do a local rental, yeah, you can rent it for a local rental. But if there's a one-way, he out of here. But if it's a one-way reservation that comes on cross country, then that truck can go one way. Your local trucks can't go one way. So if a lot of people was renting local trucks under contracts during the pandemic, and when it got time for those trucks to be serviced, they had to come back to that local market, because that local market's budget was a lot. What the money to maintenance that truck came from that particular market's yearly budget.